Tonight, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the Houston Texans taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight we start Week 9 with a prime-time matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start. But I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his third season, Jalen Hurts.
Tremendous production in college at two different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
To throw at the outset, here's Hurts. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. J.J. Watt in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. To try again after the sack. Hurts, and his throw is incomplete. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as they'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Fielded just inside the 30. And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 63 yards. And the Texans put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Boyd. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it, so a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah. Well.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because he puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Texans scoop it. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of luck.
Touchdown! Greg Ward. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
And that is incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Hurts. His throw incomplete. Now, the Eagles and Texans, polar opposites last year in terms of running the football. The Eagles were number 1 in the league. The Texans, 32nd, dead last. And in fact, the Eagles ran for nearly twice as many yards as the Texans did in 2021. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. And now another one thrown incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins. That one's a milestone. Touchdown number 150 for his great career. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Hurts. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? 1 for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around. Not having that success, might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Myles Garrett coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Texans. DeAndre Hopkins doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Texans have got it on cruise control. And now Lovie Smith sends the call out. They're going to go for 2 here. They're going to keep it on the ground. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass, so you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They start on the ground, and it's out. He put it on the carpet. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Tight ends left. Tight ends left. We got 4. We got 4.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Out of the gun now on third down. Steps away to his left. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. Oh, he shifts past him. An excellent return that time, 26 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to look deep here for Ward. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Greg Ward. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it is 42-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early, but that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
He'll start with a handoff to Sanders.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
And his throw here's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. They'll drop the throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Micah Parsons
able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away.
And taken right at the 35. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this is going to set up 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line.
Boyd. is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Well, fair to say they've got something here, this rookie running back, and he's in for the second time in the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. The numbers for Sanders last week: 24 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
62 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And some room to roam now. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. Doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter.
And the Texans extend their lead yet again.
Well, that's a good-looking rookie right there. I love how he let the play set up and then showed that explosiveness that I saw on tape in college. Remember I showed you the clip of what he was doing and setting up blocks, and then he would just go? We saw it on that play right there. That one was fun to watch.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Texans to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. A big play there. What is going on here? 4 first-quarter touchdowns. Unbelievable.
And the Texans are pouring it on. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn.
And the route is on here in this first half. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Now back to throw. Hurts fumbles it, and the Texans scoop it, and they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know, the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Texans scoop it. And he's got room. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
He did it again, and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. 27 yards.
And the Texans just continue to roll.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself.
Hurts fumbles it, and the Texans scoop it. Room here to run. There he goes right side, and they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
43, 560.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. The beautiful fake. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
147 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Texans. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31.
And the Texans have got it on cruise control.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, They had to punt it away, this time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll set up to throw, and his throw is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here.
Hurts fumbles it.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Texans will take over.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep end zone for Hopkins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. DeAndre Hopkins. What is going on here? 4 first-quarter touchdowns. Unbelievable.
And the Texans extend their lead yet again.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. The struggle has been real. They have had ample opportunities. They've yet to cash one in. This is 3rd and 4. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Myles Garrett, his 2nd sack of the night. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia.
Here's Ward to return.
Oh, good move. And one more time. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Eluding the pressure right.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And cue the applause, and there it is for him, the mark he's been aiming for all season long. 1,000 yards. Just a 3rd quarterback to reach that milestone, joining Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick. That's a season's worth of work and a huge commitment to get him the touches that he needed to make that happen. Congratulations.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Here's a slant, and he's got it to Ward. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Boyd. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Texans continue to pull away here in this first half.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Hurts fumbles it, and the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Another run with Sanders. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give running left. It's Sanders. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And that is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good match.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. 88 yards.
And the Texans are pouring it on.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense.
Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football.
you've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the second quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver, because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the...
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 74 yards. And the Texans just continue to roll. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they'll begin by running the option. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Back to throw here. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Myles Garrett in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. Left side here to Sanders. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
They'll look to throw.
And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. Derek Stingley picks it.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Derek Stingley picks it.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only do they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way to the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points, but it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys.
And he loses the football a second time. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills and, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Rolling to his right. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Texans have got it on cruise control.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him.
And ball security has been a big issue. You see the numbers there. He's fumbled twice already.
And whenever we talk about ball security, it's not simply how you're holding the ball when you run it. It's all the other things that you do. Is it in the proper arm, meaning the sideline is protecting you? Are you dipping a shoulder to protect the ball as well? And obviously, the 4 points of pressure to make sure it's tucked firmly against your body so people can't pop it out.
That second down play nets a -4. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goddard. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow, and
he's got a man complete. Touchdown. Hunter Henry, 87 yards.
And the Texans extend their lead yet again.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. 1-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Now on 2nd and 13. Hurts fumbles it, and the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football and just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Texans scoop it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Their mobile, agile quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans are pouring it on. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. He'll drop to throw. Hurts fumbles it. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off of.
Touchdown, Texans. DeAndre Hopkins, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Texans just continue to roll. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where
The coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10.
Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all those things? But the best players show up each and every week, solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again.
Ready. Blue 32. Jet.
They go play action here on first down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Odell Beckham. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Texans have got it on cruise control.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. T.J. Watt. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
They find some open field here. And now the rookie's free. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. In the early window, we'll have our eye on that game in Jacksonville. The Jaguars going to need to be on their A game, as they'll be forced to reckon with the Las Vegas Raiders. Then later, they'll let the sun die down a bit in Tampa. A late start here in Florida, where it'll be the Buccaneers taking on the LA Rams. And then finally, Monday Night Football. The Ravens and Saints down at the Superdome at 8:15 Eastern Time. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this?
And this is caught. Touchdown. Greg Ward, 76 yards. And the Texans extend their lead yet again. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. But first down, Hurts. His throw incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident in throwing it.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case.
There he goes, right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Dameon Pierce,
64 yards.
and the Texans are pouring it on.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
And this one will be touchdown right at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Gets the dump off to Pierce.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
They're going to look to throw. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. Touchdown, Texans! A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Texans get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own.
DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown!
Dameon Pierce.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Texans just continue to roll.
Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route, worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down.
Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw, and that will be incomplete as well. Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field. Glancing down at the stat sheet, and we've been tracking it, but you get a 100-yard game, you're really happy. You're over 200 like he is. You probably want that ball after this game, don't you?
You want that one. You want to continue to call the same plays in any other game you play. You're having one of those magical performances that just never want to end. And you know something? Your fellow receivers, they get those clenched grins right now, like, congratulations. But why isn't it me?
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Dameon Pierce,
61 yards.
and the Texans have got it on cruise control.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the foot. Hurts fumbles it,
and the Texans scoop it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Boyd. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Looking to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game?
Hurts fumbles it, and the Texans scoop it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Greg Ward, 33 yards.
And the Texans take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
2nd down, back to Sanders.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
They'll set up a throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. J.J. Watt in there for a milestone sack. That's number 150 of his great career. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation. The catches, the yard.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Dameon Pierce, 70 yards. And the Texans extend their lead yet again.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start this, and oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the Texans scoop it, and some room to work. And running with power here, and they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look.
And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play. I mean,
oh, it's out. Smith lost it, and the Texans scoop it. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. It's going to be pretty tough for them to match their efficiency, Charles, in that last possession, needing only the one play to find the end zone on the rushing touchdown.
Yeah, they got that together collectively, didn't they? Total group effort. Although the guy toting the rock, he gets all the credit. It was blocked up so well. The only thing stopping him was running into the goalpost in the back of the end zone.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Now those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw. Touchdown, Texans! Greg Ward, 30 yards. And the Texans are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Hurts fumbles it. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations.
And now here is another interception. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're...
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Dameon Pierce
from 17 yards out.
And the Texans take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position and only 1 play to score it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Eagles.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on 3rd downs, and it's costing them.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field. He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
Well, look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right. He's
agreed.
7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Going deep for Hopkins. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 76 yards.
And the Texans are pouring it on.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
2nd down, back to Sanders.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try, and it's a fumble, and the Texans scoop it, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with career touchdown number 156. That ties him with Terrell Owens for 5th all-time.
And the Texans are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Right, 58. Oh, here we go.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete here.
Even
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And that will be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Texans. Dameon Pierce, 66 yards. And the Texans just continue to roll. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in this second half. And now Lovie Smith sends the call out. They're going to go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. And he will step out of bounds. Oh, what a mistake there. And the 2-point try will be unsuccessful. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. Hurts fumbles it, and the Texans scoop it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting dead.
Touchdown! DeAndre Hopkins with career touchdown number 157, moving him past Terrell Owens and into a tie with Randy Moss for 4th on the all-time list.
And the Texans take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points.
And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call, because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Texans will take over.
Ready. 45. 1.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Able to, and now off to the races down the right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce, 79 yards. And the Texans have got it on cruise control. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. It really doesn't get much easier than the last drive. One play, and they took it all the way to the house on the touchdown run.
And you know,
there he goes left side. 30, 10. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dameon Pierce, 83 yards. And the Texans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record. And this is going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. He's been almost impossible to bottle up. You see that number 10 on your screen, a big reason why they have the lead.
One of the guys that's being featured in this game and making sure that he's
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Greg Ward, 89 yards. And the Texans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20, not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, a two-play drive resulting in the field goal.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Here's a 2nd and 7.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Rolling to his left. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. From 17 yards out.
And the Texans are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further.
They've already been on record as saying, hey, if our rookie quarterback's going to tuck it and run on a scramble, we kind of hold our breath. Well, that was a maybe no, yes, as he's able to get into the end zone.
Are you saying he's got to learn where the line is about whether you keep your eyes downfield and try and find a receiver or you tuck it and go? And I think there's going to be some growing pains with that. I think in this case, he made the right decision.
And we know he's got the speed. He showed it there. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts fumbles it. And it'll be first and goal at the 7-yard line. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
And that one will go down in the books as just a one-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
10 cycles. Ready.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Ward. And he's got some space here.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
A huge play there for Houston. 47 yards. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, a 2-play drive resulting in the field goal.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Throwing is Hurts.
Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
Hurts.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short.
And now here is another interception.
Derek Stingley picks it.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero. Hurts fumbles it, and the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without it.
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with career touchdown number 158. That pushes him past Randy Moss and into fourth place all time. And the Texans continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the fourth. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Myles Garrett, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. So here are the Texans to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8.
52 blaster. Ready, go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
That's complete to Pierce.
Look at those stick skills. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Another big play here as they strike for 31. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete once again to Hopkins. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Give to Pierce. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Greg Ward, a 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans extend their lead yet again.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Texans scoop it inside the 20. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Now, this may be one of those games as a quarterback where you just want to go home, draw the curtains, get the ice cream out of the freezer, stay home till Wednesday.
Yeah, but I wouldn't advise that, because if you stay home till Wednesday, the backup's going to have your job on Tuesday, all right? So I would say get out of bed, but I understand the sentiment. What a tough go for him. Defense, active all game long, foiled everything he tried to do, and then finished it off in a big way.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing up. Hurts fumbles it. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. They'll drop to throw. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now left side on the swing pass. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll look to throw again. Hurts fumbles it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defense.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Greg Ward, 39 yards. And the Texans take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. And now here is another interception. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. It's their quarterback. 32 yards. And the Texans take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the Hurts fumbles it. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust. Yeah. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dameon Pierce halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Texans are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning.
And he lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got a man, that's Ward. Touchdown, Texans. Greg 5 yards. And the Texans take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Well, Charles, just impressive in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the 4th quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort, really well executed. Congratulations to them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And his throw here is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll set up to throw. Dancing to Hurts, fumbles it. And the Texans scoop it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was it 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
2nd and 6. Finding Henry here on the crossing route. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on 1st down. Boyd, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. CD, it'll go into the books as just 1 win, but this is a really impressive win. They've done it on defense, and here they continue to do it on offense. Another score in the 4th quarter to widen that advantage.
I like where you were going with that one. Would you say, partner, it was really 3 victories today? Landslide on the scoreboard, emphatic victory on either side of the ball. They really got it done.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind them.
Hurts fumbles it, and the Texans scoop it. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was, and Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they'll stop him at the 1-yard line, but small consolation there following the turnover.
That's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's third and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. Up the middle they go. It's Boyd, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message? And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Texans scoop it. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Here's Ward to return. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed asleep.
So for the Texans,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
Now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Giants next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year.
And they will be back home next week for a date with the Washington Commanders.